So it's a cold, stormy night here in California, and I'm thinking, I'd like to see that new Ghostface movie. Seems like a perfect time. Scream 6 is the latest installment in a franchise that just continues to get bigger and badder. And you have a lot of the same cast from this bad boy, which came out last year. Melissa Barrera's in here, Jenna Ortega, fresh off of her run on Wednesday on Netflix. Of course, Courteney Cox is in here once again as the one and only Gale Weathers. And we also have the return of Hayden Panetierre after her turn in Scream 4. So the 4 young survivors of the Ghostface murders from last year leave Woodsboro behind for a fresh start in the Big Apple. But unless you're living under a rock and don't know what a Scream movie entails, you're probably well aware that they soon find themselves in a fight for their lives when a new killer embarks on a bloody rampage. As is the case for any Scream movie, surprise, surprise. Now, joking aside, I actually owe so much to the Scream movies. That original film from 1996, it just opened up my eyes to a whole wider horizon of movies. Because I feel like I've told you guys this before. I was a huge chicken shit when I was a little kid when it came to scary movies. But then my dad showed me that original Wes Craven masterpiece and I was hooked. If you've never seen that first movie, first of all, what the heck are you even doing here? And second of all, again, I think that's a perfect first scary movie if you're introducing someone to the genre, because it cleverly pokes fun at the genre, but never devaluing it. It's a great history lesson in slashers. And that's the case with this movie as well. This script absolutely will tell you beat for beat what it's doing right in front of your face. And normally a movie would be docked points for that by just throwing it all out there in the open and just being so blatantly obvious. But isn't that what a Scream movie does? It is cleverly meta. Not only are they going bigger with this location in New York City, which, by the way, I think is a great choice, because not only does that mean the franchise is getting bigger, it's getting badder with the body count. Holy shit. I honestly can't remember another time aside from this original film where Ghostface has been more intimidating. Just because anytime you see that mask pop up on screen, you know that people are about to get up. Blood absolutely everywhere. You can practically smear the DP's lens with that. Damn it, guys. I feel like my audience tonight was filled with casual viewers who are just losing their crap by the end. But as someone who's seen all the Scream movies and is kind of just looking at these for the formula, I was actually very shocked to learn that they kind of deviate from the formula in Scream 6. There are a few bold choices that they make in this opening scene, which I might add, my favorite opening scene since the original. And it's got Samara Weaving returning to work with the same directors from Ready or Not. Fantastic freaking scene. I can't say enough good things about it without spoiling too much. But that first act made so many bold choices, and I didn't exactly know if Scream 6 was going to keep up with that. And I drove home and I was just thinking, that was better than the one last year. Matter of fact, I need to see this movie again to know for sure if I still feel this way. I think this is my favorite Scream sequel, bar none. And yeah, it might sound like a cliche reason to say it's bigger and badder, and that's why. But no, this script highlights this movie and puts it on a pedestal as something completely different from the rest of the franchise, while also still retaining the charm of what makes the Scream movies what they are. I should address that Neve Campbell is not in this movie as Sidney Prescott. First entry in the franchise to not feature this character. It's kind of like trying to explain why Sylvester Stallone is not in Creed 3, which is kind of ironic since that just came out a week ago. But that just opens the door for characters like Gale Weathers to step up into the spotlight. And damn, Courteney Cox, I think, is the best she's ever been in this series. Because spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen the movie from last year, David Arquette's Dewey dies. So Gale Weathers has been put through the ringer, and nobody seems to trust her because of her reputation. But without giving too much away, there are just so many scenes with Gale Weathers that brought a smile to my face, including an awesome scene between her and Ghostface. Which I should mention, the voice is just as terrifying as ever. The kills are probably some of the most brutal in the entire franchise. And there's a lot of scary movies nowadays where it's just like, yeah, you kind of want to rack up the body count and just see the brutality. But thankfully, This script has built on what we learned about the new characters that were introduced, like Melissa Barrera as Sam, Jenna Ortega as Tara. These are two brilliant young actresses who are really coming into their own. You buy their sisterhood. You buy that this is a fractured relationship. Sam has been going to therapy since the events of the last movie. Tara just doesn't seem to care about that. So you can sense there's some fracturing in that relationship. And this script realizes it so well. You completely buy these two are sisters. Both are fantastic in the movie as well. Really love what they're doing with what they call the core four. These two sisters. You also have Chad and Mindy. Chad is played by the son of Cuba Gooding Jr. And these four together just brings so much joy to me. It kind of reminds me of how I was with my friends back in high school going into college, just talking about scary movies and the tropes and what have you. Every actor looks like they're having so much fun in here. Hayden Panetierre as well, really, really great. A lot of really funny jokes involving her character that Gil Weathers has to say, and it had me busting up. Now, seeing as how this is a Scream movie, chances are there's going to be a twist, right? The reveal of who Ghostface actually is. Not going to give it away, of course. I'm not that guy, but I didn't really see a lot of it coming. I predicted something that was going to happen involving Ghostface, but I didn't entirely guess what was going on. And I'm hearing from some friends that they were able to predict beat by beat what was going to happen. I don't know if I'm just dumb or oblivious, but I'm like, what? That's actually a really good twist. I didn't really see a lot of this coming, which of course should be the indicator of any plot twist. But a lot of people had issues with the predictability of this movie. Sitting here right now, I don't have that issue. I do have one big issue with something that occurs in the third act to one of our main characters. Again, not going to get into details about what that is, but it feels like the script completely makes a 180 on that really bold choice. Because trust me, when you see it happening in this big, exciting climax, it really does feel like a huge diversion of what you think they're going to do. And again, it feels akin to everything that you saw previously in Scream 6 in terms of the bold choices they're making. But then the denouement completely flips it around and they're like, oh no, this actually didn't happen. They're cool. Yeah, pay no attention to what you saw there. That didn't happen. It's all good. Yeah, if you see the movie, I think you'll get my drift. But man, I mean, aside from that little nitpick in the third act, I really dug Scream 6. I was on the edge of my seat. The kills are absolutely brutal. Ghostface has never been more terrifying. Loving these new characters they're introducing. Love this performance from Courteney Cox. It's a really fun Scream movie. And in all honesty, might be my favorite sequel out of the bunch. I'm going to give Scream 6 an A-. If you're a big fan of this franchise like I am, if this franchise means something to you, then you should go and support this movie in theaters this weekend. Because trust me, I think you're going to have a great time. But if you've seen Scream 6 yet, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below. Is this your favorite sequel of the bunch that you've seen in the Scream franchise so far? Obviously, I love getting in front of this camera, and I love getting to discuss all new things in movies with you guys. If you're a new viewer, do consider becoming a subscriber and tap on that bell so you don't miss another second of the action. Do me a favor and smash that like button as well. This all only helps to continue to grow this amazing community of film lovers that we've all built together. And I think I can announce that by a wide margin, if you follow me on Twitter, Pirates of the Caribbean won the Disney Retro vote. Like, it blew the other options out of the water. So with that, you guys have actually unlocked the next retro playlist of movies I'm going to be reviewing. I'm going to start with Curse of the Black Pearl, but after that, expect reviews for all 4 Pirates sequels. That should be a lot of fun, guys. But y'all are the best. Lots to look forward to. As always, stay tuned. Y'all are the best. And with all that being said, Back Talk, commence!